How would you feel if someone told you that there's an egg-sized diamond laying somewhere in your garden? Would you be motivated to find it? And if you did so, would you be happy or would you be sad? I can tell you what I would be doing. I would probably immediately grab the next shovel and start digging. And one of the hormones responsible for our desire to take action is called dopamine. And we as humans rely heavily on it as it influences our overall motivation, our moods, and many other things. But what if modern society has evolved to a point where these diamonds can just be delivered to your doorstep, where the next rush of dopamine is just a mouse click away? Would you take on the effort and start digging in your backyard, or would you just order them online? So here's the thing. Our brain is truly fascinating. It takes up only 2% of our overall body weight, but uses up to 20% of our daily energy expenditure. And it has evolved over thousands of years, enabling us to develop a consciousness that helps us to communicate with each other, to build incredible structures, and to demystify the laws of nature. However, these higher areas of our brain really only make up a small fraction of it, and the rest of our brains is not much different to a monkey's brain. And this part of our brain really decides about our instincts and our reflexes. It influences our breathing and our sleeping rhythm, and most importantly, it is way older and stronger than our conscious mind. The only problem with this is that it is very short-term oriented, and it often cannot differentiate between things that are good and bad for us in the long run. The only thing it really wants to do is to optimize the status quo regardless of the long-term implications. It's a bit like when we used to go in the candy store back in the days and we just wanted to eat everything around us, regardless if it's bad for our teeth and our overall health. And this is also the reason why we as humans can get addicted to certain substances and to certain habits, because our unconscious mind cannot differentiate between the good and bad long-term implications of these things. And generally speaking, this is per se not so problematic, because whenever we want to reap high rewards, we either had to invest high amounts of effort or high amounts of risk. For example, finding the diamond in your backyard would probably involve a lot of work, and when you finally found it, you'll be damn happy. And the same thing also applies to reading a book or skiing down a mountain. All of these things are really hard to achieve, and you will have to invest a lot of effort or a lot of risk to reach them. But the advent of technology and social media has brought this effort-reward system a bit out of whack. We can get access to information everywhere, be it movies on demand, communication on demand, or listening to the newest Taylor Swift single in an instant is easier than ever. We can get diamonds everywhere, so to speak. And what used to be really hard or a special occasion is now an everyday pastime. And this is really problematic in my opinion because of two reasons. Firstly, things that develop value for you as an individual or for society as a whole, such as learning new skills or becoming a better social citizen, really move in the background because your monkey mind immediately pops up with 100 other things it could do that involve lower effort but have higher or similar dopamine levels. I mean, why would you want to read a book for 10 hours if you could get 100x more dopamine levels by binge watching the next TV series? And the second problem arising in my opinion is that we have become the gatekeepers of what we consume, as the supply side of things has really become ubiquitous. More than ever, we are sitting in the driver's seat and can really decide what we do with our time. So let's say you wanted to go to the movies back in the days on a Monday morning or something like that. Chances were pretty low that you actually could make it, because on the supply side, cinemas were closed. But nowadays, we have information everywhere, everything is on demand, and it becomes really problematic because our conscious mind can't exert the willpower to shield off these temptations that our monkey mind really wants. So what's the solution to these problems? To be honest, I have no idea. I'm not a psychologist or anything, I'm just a random dude in the internet. But I think what can be helpful is to systematically reduce your exposure to these things. So really try to rebalance your inner reward system by forcing yourself to do harder things that require a bit more effort but also have larger and better long-term rewards, such as meeting up with friends, pursuing a hobby, or just enjoying nature. And by doing so, you will start again enjoying harder things because your brain still wants to reap these dopamine rushes. But this time, they will deliver long-term value for your life, and you'll be more enthusiastic and more motivated to start the day. Alright peeps, so here you have it. My 2 cents on how you can leverage your brain's dependency on dopamine to become more productive again and start achieving the things you truly want instead of chasing short-term gratification. And also, if you could gain anything out of this video, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. It helps me a lot in making these videos. And apart from that, I hope you guys have a great day, and maybe this time without your smartphone or your laptop with you. Peace.